All right, welcome back, focused learners. Today, we're jumping straight into an incredibly practical explainer. If you spend your day constantly bouncing between ad managers, AI tools, client sites, and just an absolute sea of endless tabs, you definitely know the feeling of digital exhaustion. Well, today, we're deconstructing a brilliant physical solution to that exact problem. In our source material, it's called the Browser Cockpit. Basically, it's an automated, highly customized Stream Deck profile, and we're going to break down exactly how it's built, some of the brilliant hacks it uses, and the creative routines you can adapt to literally eliminate the friction between your brain and your work. Okay, real quick, here's our flight plan. We're going to define the friction problem, meet the cockpit itself, decode the color layout, learn this really cool three-press rhythm, steal some power hacks, and finally, look at how to rescue your focus. Section 1. The browser friction problem. Clutter, typing, and distraction. To really understand why a physical cockpit is such a game changer, we have to look at our daily workflow. The source material breaks digital exhaustion down into 3 distinct buckets. First up, navigation friction. This is that eternal, soul-crushing hunt for lost tabs. Second is prompt friction. The tedious process of typing out, "Analyze this campaign for the 50th time before lunch." And third is focus friction, those moments where your brain just completely loses the thread of what you were doing. This entire system is engineered to systematically wipe out all 3. So what actually is the Browser Cockpit? It's a secondary Stream Deck profile built specifically on a 15-key layout that automatically pops up the very second Chrome or Edge takes focus on your computer. And the brilliant little tip here, you never actually switch profiles manually. Because it's automated, your physical deck always matches exactly what you're doing on the screen. It is true friction-free automation. Moving to Section 2, Meet the Browser Cockpit, the macro view. Take a look at the intentional geography of this home screen. It's built in 3 distinct tiers. The top row is purely for destination folders, basically where you're going. The middle row, those are your daily drivers. We're talking high-frequency AI prompts that you're firing off 20 times a day, plus a button to instantly open your AI side panel. Then, the bottom row holds these deeper folders for more granular workflows, along with an incredible multi-action sweep routine that we'll dive into in just a minute. Everything has a dedicated physical home. But before we get into how the AI keys work, we absolutely have to talk about the source's golden rule. When you press a prompt key, it types out the complex text of your prompt, but, and this is absolutely crucial, it never presses enter for you. The whole point here is control. The physical buttons draft your thoughts instantly, but you maintain the ultimate authority. You always read, edit, and approve before the AI actually executes a thing. Section 3. The color-coded layout. Visualizing workflows. Listen, a massive part of killing digital friction is lowering your cognitive load. You really shouldn't have to squint at tiny LCD screens to know what button to press. That's why this system relies on a strict color philosophy that you can easily adapt. Red means money is at risk, so those are your ad platforms. Blue is the Google stack. Cyan is AI. Gold represents client properties. Green is for talking directly to your AI agent. Orange is for reporting, and purple signals an ADHD or focus rescue. Your brain instantly knows what the action is before you even read a single word. Let's spotlight that red folder for a second, the ADS folder. Notice how the layout reflects actual priority, not just alphabetical order. For the specific user this was built for, Snapchat is their heaviest platform. So Snapchat Ads and Business Manager take precedence right there on the left. Google, Meta, and TikTok follow. By mapping your actual priority to physical buttons, you completely strip away the navigation friction of media buying. You just hit the red Snapchat logo and boom, you're exactly where the money is being spent. Section 4. The core 3-press rhythm. Playing the deck. Now, let's talk about the kinetic flow. How do you actually play this thing like an instrument? The core routine here is this fantastic 3-press rhythm. Step 1. You press Panel. This pops open your AI side panel right next to whatever web page you're currently looking at. Step 2, you press an Ask key. This types out a first-pass prompt, something like Audit this campaign, forcing the AI to read the page. Step 3, you press a Follow key. This pushes the AI to turn its answer into a firm, actionable decision. So the rhythm is just Panel, Ask, Follow. This brilliantly illustrates the visual difference between those steps. On the left, we've got the Ask folder with numbers 1 through 14. These are your initial first-pass prompts. But look on the right at the Follow folder. Notice those clever little double chevrons in the top right corner of every single button? That visual cue instantly tells your brain that you are in the second turn folder, pushing the conversation deeper, maybe asking the AI to prove it or to give you the top 3 actions.
All right, Section 5, Power Routines and Hacks, Elevating the Workflow.
This is where the setup goes way beyond just opening websites. It's about these really creative, multi-action hacks that separate a basic deck from a true productivity cockpit. Take the morning sweep routine. Instead of manually clicking and opening every ad platform one by one, you just press one button, sweep, and Google, Snapchat, Meta, and TikTok all open in 4 tabs instantly. You can literally audit them all in under 3 minutes. Then there's the All 4 button for getting an instant AI consensus. And my personal favorite, the Prove It button. The playbook actually calls this the honesty key. It forces the AI to point to exact rows and values in the data, which instantly kills those annoying AI hallucinations. Diving into the Cyan AI folder, look down at the bottom right, that All 4 key I just mentioned. This is such a brilliant use case. Imagine pasting a new campaign brief and having Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, and Grok all analyze it simultaneously in 4 separate tabs, just so you can compare their angles instantly. You've also got dedicated keys for Midjourney when you have visual creative days, and Notebook LM, which the source specifically highlights as an absolute powerhouse for turning your documents into video lessons and podcasts. Let's look at the orange reporting folder next. Let's be real, reporting is usually packed with friction, but here you have keys like XX5, which formats your data perfectly into just 5 lines for a busy owner who simply does not have the time to read a massive PDF. Or the WhatsApp key. It instantly structures a quick update, result first, what happened, what's next, 0 emojis, ready to send out. It completely removes all the dread of manual formatting. Section 6. Reclaiming your focus, the ADHD rescue. Okay, let's get into the psychology of this setup. We've all been here, right? You answer one quick Slack message, you tab back to a browser with 20 things open, and you have absolute context amnesia. Your short-term memory is just completely wiped. To fix that exact problem, take a look at Key 13 in the ASK folder. It's a button literally called Where Am I? The source playbook describes this specific hack as pure ADHD gold, and honestly, it's easy to see why. When you return to a tab that suddenly means nothing to you, you just open your AI panel and hit Where Am I? It reads the screen and instantly grounds you with 4 critical lines of context. What is this page? What is its current state? What were you probably doing here? And what is the logical next click? It basically catches you when you fall and puts you right back on track. And as a final layout tip, remember this. Physical layouts create physical habits. Just look at the Gold Clients folder. Every client's landing page is exactly 1 press away. The playbook notes a really golden habit here. Never judge an ad's performance without actually opening the page it lands on. Because the clients folder makes visiting that page a single physical button press, it completely removes the friction, practically forcing you into good behavior. So, stepping back, what's the ultimate takeaway from this explainer? The Browser Cockpit isn't just a fancy way to launch apps. It's really about transforming your abstract workflow into tangible, friction-free button presses. It turns your intent into immediate, accurate action. It lets the computer handle the navigation, all the typing, and the formatting, so your brain can finally just focus entirely on the strategy. We've seen how color coding, deep folders, and targeted AI prompts can completely reshape a daily routine. But workflows are incredibly personal, so I'll leave you with this. Looking at the repetitive tasks, the lost tabs, and the endless typing in your own day. How will you architect your own physical cockpit to eliminate your digital friction? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.